From the basements of the beautiful Chrysler building in New York City, where we don't have much of a view, but we make up for it with nonstop soothing industrial noises, this is the Scammies. I'm your host, Michael Robertson. Each episode, I'm trying to make you just a little bit smarter, so you can spot the scams and the scammers and ultimately keep more of your own money. Eyeglasses are a scam. I don't mean they don't work. That's just what I put as a catchy title for this episode. Of course they work. I mean how the government forces you to buy them is a scam. Federal and state governments classify glasses as medical devices and then force you to pay a fee to an optometrist before getting a pair of glasses at enormous cost and inconvenience. I'm highly sympathetic to those with bad eyes because I grew up poor with horrible eyes. That is a recipe for a childhood of bad fitting, broken, and out of focus glasses, where you struggle to keep up with classmates because you just can't see the chalkboard. I vividly remember getting a new pair of glasses donated by the local Lions Men's Club, and then putting them on and the glorious feeling of being able to actually see the chalkboard in class. Yeah, I was that kind of poor. My mom knew that any trip to the optometrist would blow the meager family budget. So a single pair of glasses would have to last years, and that's a tall request for an active boy with changing eyes. What I find disturbing is that in 2022, I can measure my heart with a smartphone. I can go to the running shoe store and they use lasers to measure my feet. I can buy hearing aids over the counter. I can get teeth straightening plastic trays without going to the dentist. But glasses remain held hostage by the optometrist union. Why can't I drop into a booth at the shopping mall, get my eyes measured while I eat a Cinnabon? Or better yet, why can't I do it myself? And then go to the drugstore and buy some distance glasses. Well, there's a glimmer of hope for change, and I want to tell you about some of the latest technology and the people making it happen. The first is an MIT grad named Vitor Pamplona. He's built a device about the size of a pair of binoculars, powered by a generic Android phone that can measure your eyes. The technical name for this device is an auto-refractor, and it works by calculating how light changes as it enters a person's eye. Here's what the device looks like. It's about the size of a pair of glasses with some knobs at the top and a click button. It takes just a couple of minutes of lining up bars and clicking buttons to use. If it had some explosion noises, it could be a video game. Let me show you.
Welcome to your vision test. We're going to play a game to evaluate your vision. In this game, we're going to align some lines for about 2 minutes. Before we begin, please sit comfortably with your elbows supported. Okay, let's get started. While looking inside the device, you will repeat 3 simple steps. First, turn the right knob until you locate the red and green umbrella shapes, so they are fully visible. Next, turn the left knob to align the stems of the shapes until they overlap. When they are aligned, click the button.
Based on your responses, the device calculates oh, wait a second. Only doctors can write prescriptions. This device will create, let's call it your eye metrics. These numbers just happen to correspond exactly with the elements of a prescription that an optometrist would provide. Armed with these eye metrics, you can order glasses online. Several of the top online glass retailers do not require a doctor-provided prescription and instead accept eye metrics you can type in yourself. These retailers offer affordable, fast, and reputable service and include iBuy Direct, Zenni, and Glasses USA. The iNetra auto-refractor is kind of expensive at $1,200. I bought one and have loaned it out to my extended family and friends So while initial price is expensive, it feels like we've received value. You can imagine a school or business buying a device and making it available for everyone. If your budget can't swing that, there's a far cheaper alternative. For well under $100, you can buy the EyeQ, that's EYEQUE. It's a monocle device that you attach to any modern iPhone or Android with some rubber straps. Here's a picture of it. I found it far more tricky to use because it's challenging to line up the images and then push the buttons on the phone screen. It actually uses the same technology as iNetra. In fact, they licensed it from them. It's an admirable effort for sure to bring down the cost to be able to measure your own eyes. One interesting note is that EyeQ is backed by Tibor Lagzi, the founder and CEO of Zenni, one of the eyeglass vendors that doesn't require an optometrist prescription that I just mentioned. Zenni, I think, is the largest online glass retailers. So Tibor is doing incredible work to make clear vision available to the masses. Today in the US, the optometrist union has a stranglehold on government. Us libertarians call this rent seeking. It's when corporations, or in this case, professions, get special preference from the government. It's a form of corporate welfare. Let me address one common argument pushed by an optometrist. They scare people with stories about how self-administered eye tests won't catch diseases like glaucoma. That's true, of course, but making the poor, especially the young, go without glasses or suffer with old prescriptions is a heavy cost. Those with bad eyes can experience rapid changes in the formative K-12 years, and losing education opportunities because you can't see the chalkboard can be devastating. I remember there were years when even squinting, I couldn't read the board. Forcing those without money to go without glasses or suffer with old fuzzy glasses is too high a price. People can worry about glaucoma when they're old, and if something is seriously wrong with their eyes, they'll know. They can go to an eye doctor then. I'm cheering on Vitor and Tibor for their efforts to make clear vision available for all. But there's lots more we can do. Politicians need to allow people to get their eyes measured by anyone willing to provide assistance. We're talking about simply measuring how light hits an eye. Nothing is inserted into the body, nothing touches the eyes, no drugs are administered. School nurses or parents can easily do this. It takes just a few minutes to learn the basics and terminology like PD, which is the pupillary distance, the distance between your pupils, which is different for everyone. I recommend buying an iNetra if you can and loaning it out to people who can't afford trips to the optometrist. They'll thank you, and so will I. I'll leave a link to the products and companies I mentioned in the description. That's this episode of the Scammies. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now go click that like button if you want me to make more Scammies episodes, and click that subscribe button to be the first to be notified of the upcoming awards show. Thanks for watching.